Hi, my name is Connor Millard, and this is my change in continuity over time essay about the Atlantic world in the years between 1492 and 1750. Today I'm just going to be going through and revising and trying to figure out what I could have done better in my essay. Okay, so first, what I need to do and what I lost points on was that I need to be better about talking about specific steps in the progression of events over time. So, for example, in for example, when I'm talking about the silver trade and its effect on the old world, because silver was being mined in the new world and taken to the old world, I say that the silver trade enriched Spain and also fostered the growth of mercantilism, a theory of government and economics, and then I explain it. So I do say that the silver trade did this, but I don't say how it did that. So what I should add in probably is an explanation of how the silver trade in Spain would have encouraged the growth of mercantilism. And the reason was that with all of the silver coming in, Spain became more, not obsessed, but more concerned with keeping the silver in Spain and saw it more and more as an important item that should be conserved by the state. So, another place that I could fix is here, where I say, beginning in 1492, the colonization of the Americas by Europeans had devastating consequences for indigenous societies, with disease and warfare together killing many millions of Native Americans. Although this is good because I am saying that the colonization of Americas by Europeans had, a devastating effect, and I do explain that it was because of disease and warfare. I don't explain the specific reasons why the disease and warfare killed so many people, and I don't really set up a time frame for how that happened, and so that's something I should do. For example, maybe talk about when the numbers of Native Americans were killed, or talk about specific years. Those would be good. One of the other problems with my essay is that in the change in continuity over time essay, you are supposed to add a piece about the continuity, what didn't change over time. And in my case, I chose to talk about women and their position in society remaining the same, and that being a continuity. But when I added it in, I think I might have been pressed for time, and also I couldn't really think of much. It was kind of a throwaway answer. I just said women, in virtually every society, women remain subordinate to men with relatively little control over their lives or their fate. And what would have been better would be to explain in more detail. Or actually, I did also say gender relations were relatively unaffected by the changes that occurred as a result of interactions in the Atlantic world. But I could explain it more. I could talk about women in the specific societies discussed, such as maybe the position of American women in the colonies, which were settled by Europeans, versus European women back in Europe, and talking about how even though there were all of these new settlers to Europe, settlers from Europe to America, and how they established sort of a new society there, how the position of women didn't get much better. It was pretty much the same. So I could talk about that. So just some more detail in there would be good. Okay. Other than that, I think those would make my essay much better. It would be just tighter overall and would cover all the points that they're looking for. So, yeah, thank you for listening today.